let's get this done. Hi, everybody. Me and Michelle are just going to do a monthly reading for July. I'll be doing astrology and Shell will be pulling cards. Do you want to tell everyone what you do, Shell?
Yes, I do sound healing and Reiki, as well as a bit of card reading. And so I'm just going to be reading from Kyle Gray's Keeper, Light Keepers, Keepers of the Light.
It's a pretty deck.
It is a cute, pretty deck. It's beautiful. So yeah, so I've already pulled some out for the collective for all the dates that Amy has prepared.
All right, so I'm just going to read out the main events in July because if I read out everything, we'd be here all night. So if I could just sum up July quickly, change is probably the first word that comes to mind. A little bit of chaos and readjustment. There's a few things happening in July that speak to that. There's Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury will be going retrograde. Uranus changes signs, and Mars will conjunct the South Node. So they're the main things that cause change. When planets change directions in the sky, it's usually a time of readjustment. And when planets change signs, it's a time of change and new themes entering our life. So there's a fair bit happening this month that speaks to a bit of chaos, change, readjustments, and twists of fate.
Great, so we're in for a bit of trouble.
Trouble? Oh, I think what most people, whenever you say change, most of the time people freak out. And I think it's because change comes with uncertainty. But sometimes...
No, I think the word retrograde freaks me out.
Well, I think the word retrograde freaks everyone out because it's associated with going backwards and nobody likes to go backwards. Everyone likes to go forwards. But
Absolutely.
sometimes a bit of change and chaos can be a good thing.
Okay, so I have pulled the card Rada. It's a bit hard to see.
Well, just stick it closer to the camera.
Oh, no, it's not going to work. Okay, it's Rada.
Bitch.
Okay, so rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. The Hindu goddess Radha is the divine feminine counterpart and twin flame of Krishna. She is considered a represent Shakti, the divine feminine and creative spirit of the universal life force. Without the female, the male cannot be created. Created, of course, created. And for the reason, Shakti is a powerful force that is honored and cherished. Radha is completely devoted to her partner and illustrates the age-old adage, behind every powerful man is a powerful woman. She is dedicated to supporting all those who seek relationship harmony and healing. At one point, she learned what it was like to be separated from Krishna, and so she can also bring great healing to those who are suffering the loss of a partner or separation. Loving union, connection, and relationship harmony are key at this time. It is important to remember, though, that relationships won't make you whole. Only your own love can do that. You now have the opportunities to find lost parts of yourself, maybe sensual aspects or the capacity to cherish yourself. The relationships around you will then begin to reflect the love you have for yourself. Increased romance, love, and opportunities to express divine harmony through love are all becoming apparent in your life. You deserve divine love, and Radha, with her Shakti presence, is here to awaken this loving connection within you now.
That's really about going back to yourself and the more feminine side of yourself and dealing with the change.
Yeah. That's good.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
No? Okay. Moving on. Okay, so on the 5th, Neptune will go retrograde. So Neptune and Saturn both recently went into Aries and they're actually going to both go retrograde this month around the same spot in the sky. So I think Saturn will be at 1 degree and Neptune will be at 2 degrees. And Neptune will go retrograde on the 5th and then Saturn will go retrograde on the 13th. So if anything really kicked off for you in May, like a change in circumstances in your life, or just new themes coming in that happened since May, I think there'll be a little bit of a change of course or readjustment going on with those themes. Both Saturn and Neptune will be hovering in and out of Aries and Pisces until next year. So it's this really wrapping up of Saturn's transit of Pisces. and creating a new set of themes and topics in Aries. Saturn will be in Aries until 2027, I think it is. Yeah. So yeah, if you think back to May, maybe some new themes, topics, events happened in your life, and now there'll be sort of maybe some turning points and readjustments with those themes going on. Did you pick a card for?
I did, but I was just thinking how much that resonates with me as well. Okay, so I have I'm going to call it the Shekinah. It's a bit hard for me to pronounce. So the Shekinah, sacred self.
And Shakira. Sorry.
Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. The Shekinah is the twin flame of the Holy Spirit. It is the female aspect of the God particle or creation energy. She is more of an essence than a being, but has the ability to show herself in ways that we will understand. She is acknowledged in the sacred teachings of Judaism and also called the Sophia of Christ in the Gnostic Gospels. She is a powerful female voice of spirit who is here to bring about equality and to help the world move on from the male-only image of God. She reminds us that God is all-loving and all-accepting whenever she appears in a reading. That points out the change makers, the love creators, and gift shapers of the world who are here to unite all hearts around the world. Don't feel the need to hold back or dampen your spirit. This is a time to celebrate. There is a feeling of dance and joy around you at this time as you fully recognize your splendor. You are a sacred being who defies gravity every day just by being alive and brings a sense of balance and equality to the world. I think we've got a common theme with the divine feminine, haven't we?
Yeah, well, Neptune's a very, I won't go as far as to probably define it as feminine or masculine, but it's a planet that's really about divine wisdom and compassion, and that's what that card is about. Saturn too, and a lot of people don't realize this is actually a very spiritual planet. It teaches us, often with Saturn, it's through our hardships that turn us to God or divine. So I think with like this month being about change, maybe there is a moment where we have to step back and just have faith in the higher being that things are just going to work out and be okay.
Trusting. That's been a big theme in my life at the moment with everyone around me talking about trusting the universe.
Yeah, sometimes I want to tell the universe to get fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff, but
today it's been testing me, that's for sure.
But sometimes you just got to swallow your swear words and allow.
Absolutely.
Okay. So on the 7th, Uranus, I should make a joke about that planet, but I won't. We'll enter Gemini. People will get sick of me with that. Moving on. So Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, basically. So Uranus spends about 7 or 8 years in a sign. So Uranus will enter enter Gemini on the 7th. And then later in the year, it'll go retrograde, then back up into Taurus again, and then move forward. And then it'll stay in Gemini for about 8 years completely. So Uranus is wrapping up a big 7-year, 8-year transit to Taurus and moving into Gemini. So Uranus is about a planet where things happen suddenly, quickly. It's related to technology advances, inventions, sudden new insights, and rebellious. It's rebellious as well. There's this aspect of it where, sometimes if you're having a big Uranus transit, you just want to say fuck off to everyone and do your own thing. And Gemini being a sign associated, it's a Mercury ruled sign, so it's a sign that's associated with technology, media, so we can probably see the next 7 or 8 years, some big advances in the tech and media space, especially because a lot of that time that it is in Uranus, it'll be trining Pluto in Aquarius, and Aquarius is another sign that's associated with, that has a bit of a technology and media and information feel to it. So imagine what's going to happen with the social media over the next 7 years, and AI.
I was going to say AI, yeah.
Yeah, and all that. I don't know, AI makes me very uncomfortable, actually.
It makes me feel uncomfortable too.
So I think, the world of tech media and all that is just going to go freaking crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. So did you?
Yes, I have got the Holy Amethyst. So the Holy Amethyst is divine alchemy. Move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Holy Amethyst is the twin flame of Archangel Zachiel, the angel who helps us transmute negative experiences into love and learning. He is the keepers of the violet flame, which helps us release anything that is no longer serving us. Holy Amethyst also enables us to look over our past fears and challenges. We were just saying AI makes us fearful, and draw wisdom and learning from them. Unlike Zakiel, for many years she was not mentioned in spiritual texts, and I believe this was because her miraculous support wasn't needed on earth, as it is now. To connect deeply with her light, hold her namesake crystal, the amethyst. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out, not just mentally or emotionally, but physically too. There is a sense that you are moving beyond challenges and forging golden opportunities from stagnant to unhappy experiences. It's important to recognize that you are like a magician at this time, with the ability to use your thoughts, will, and actions to bring about life-fulfilling and dream-enhancing opportunities. It's important to focus on what you desire and not what you fear, because what you give your energy to will literally begin to flourish. Call on Holy Amethyst to help you focus on golden opportunities. Maybe someone watching this is going to be creating something tech for the future.
Well, especially find something really interesting about that, because it talks about being stagnant and moving away from being stagnant. And often when we're having a big Uranus transit, or Uranus is, whether it's in our progressions or whatever is happening in other timing methods in astrology for us, often something is triggered inside of us. I just can't do this same shit anymore, and I need to do something different. So I just find that, that's really, really fitting for that transit.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So on the 11th, we have the Capricorn full moon. Now, this Capricorn full moon will occur at 18 degrees of Capricorn. So whenever we have a lunation in Capricorn, it's often a time of, things in life can just feel heavy and like they're hard work, and we're really focused on what we do out in the world. What I find quite interesting about this Capricorn full moon is that its ruler, which is Saturn. So whenever you're assessing any sort of lunation, or really anything in astrology, you always have to look to the ruling planet of the sign that you're looking at. So Saturn rules Capricorn. It's about to go retrograde in Aries. So I'm disappeared. I'm very good at disappearing. So the Capricorn full moon's on the 11th, and Saturn will go retrograde on the 13th. So it's like when we have a full moon, it's a time of illumination, culmination, and things are just thrown in our face, and we have to deal with it. So and when a planet goes retrograde, it brings in a change in circumstances, like something's going to be revealed to us, or we realize something, or something's going to come to a head, and then we're going to have to change course. So, that's just the main stuff with that full moon. Did you pull a card for?
Yes, Horus, which is the cosmic gateway. Okay, so your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and son and twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers, so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you are influencing the energy around you and how it in turn is influencing you. You are connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further the connection now by sending prayers and intentions out into the cosmos.
Yeah, that's actually really fitting because Capricorn is a sign about building and creating something, and its ruling planet Saturn is also associated to the gateway to the heavens. So with the Chaldean order of the planets, you've got the fixed stars and then Saturn and then Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, no, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon, and then the Earth. So Saturn is the planet that is between the heavens and the planets. So it's this gateway to the gods.
And there you go.
So it's like this divine, like through this full moon, this divine wisdom is going to come through, and then you're going to go and create something.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. And then I've spoken about the Saturn retrograde because it's basically tied in with the Neptune retrograde. You really can't sort of separate those two at the moment. I think they're sort of doing the same shit. On the 18th, Mercury will go retrograde at 15 degrees Leo. Then it'll back up to 4 degrees of Leo, and I think that is in August. So Mercury's going to be like pretty much screwed the whole month. Probably that's a bit too harsh a term, but Mercury will go retrograde on the 18th, and then in August it'll go forward again at 4 degrees of Leo. So one of the things I find really interesting with this Mercury retrograde is when it stations at 15 degrees on the 18th, it'll be sextile Venus, who is in Gemini. And that means, I believe, that this Mercury retrograde is pulling in the Leo houses and it's pulling in the Gemini houses of your chart. So I think those two signs are going to work together, and there's going to be change occurring in house topics of those signs. So for instance, if Leo is your first house and Gemini is your 11th house, so your first house relates to your identity, who you are. Your 11th house is your friends, your groups, the people you belong with. So there might be some changes in the people that you hang around because you're changing on the inside, for instance. That's just an example. And this Mercury during this retrograde, it's not going to be like exactly opposite Pluto the whole time, but when it comes into Leo a couple of days later, it will oppose Pluto, but then when it stations, it'll be close enough to a opposition with Pluto. So it's just this, like, I think profound change is associated with this Mercury retrograde as well. Most people fear or get agitated or get anxious about Mercury retrogrades. Yes, they are a pain in the ass. Yes, you have tech problems. Things don't go as planned, but sometimes they actually bring in opportunities. Whenever a planet goes retrograde, it's more about a twist in fate and a change of circumstances, and there's not always something bad associated with those two things. Most of the time, when Mercury is doing something to us, like we lose our phone, we smash the phone screen, we drop our phone in the toilet, our emails don't go where we want them to go, we lose our car keys. It's just nuisance shit. It's not, major life events. Mercury retrograde can bring in major life events, but it's usually there's got to be other things going on in your chart as well. So it's not necessarily to be feared. And when people say you can't sign contracts, you can't start anything new, I believe that that's a load of bullshit. Sometimes it just might not start as quick as you wanted to, or you might have to re-sign the contracts, or you might just have to be a little bit more careful and take a step back. But I don't necessarily believe you can't start something new. I mean, I've gotten started new jobs and got job offers right when Mercury's stationed to go retrograde that have been really good. So I've also had problems with Mercury retrograde as well. So it's not always something to be feared. It's more just a pain in the ass, and sometimes something good can happen. Often you get, like, just say 6 months ago you lost your jacket. You might get your jacket back. Like, things from the past can come back to you. Another thing that I often notice with Mercury retrograde is people from the past come back. Venus retrograde is probably more associated with this, but this does happen in Mercury retrograde too. The exes come back for a second go. Sometimes you realised why, you did leave them in the first place. Maybe that has to be revisited again. Or you might realise that they're changed and it's worth another go. So
that's scaring me. Ah, dear. You're talking about things going wrong, or like just like losing your keys and stuff. They're just annoying things. Well, we've got hope, love, and acceptance. So maybe that's what it is. We just have to accept. We just have to accept this shit's going to happen and just deal with it.
Something good's going to come out of chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Hope is an angel who is dedicated to promoting the idea that we on earth are loved, cherished, and supported by the kingdom of heaven. She's also about helping us to see the light beyond whatever darkness we are in, traveling as part of the Holy Trinity, faith, hope, and charity. She helps us recognize that hope isn't about wishing for something good to happen or help to arrive, but trusting that support is already present. Hope is the twin flame of Archangel Gabrielle. She has a gentle presence, but she is absolutely glorious. She sings sweet harmonies to us, and these songs are waves of love washing away anything that stands between us and self-love and acceptance. Angels are gathering around you in celebration that you are finally willing to see how loving and lovable you are. Hope is here with her legion of love angels, guiding you to see that you deserve loving relationships, loving experiences, and loving acceptance from the world around you. It seems that you are really moving beyond the limitations that you once had in this department, but know that whenever you do question your worth, you can call on hope to shine her golden light upon you. Your angels want you to know that they love and cherish you, and they're grateful that you're giving yourself the same support. Maybe it's that old relationship coming back and being loved.
Yeah, make sure that they've really changed, though. I think that's just really hope with all the upheaval. I think this whole month is just this change, and it's just reminding us to remain hopeful through all the change. Isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think it makes us anxious because uncertainty comes with change, and nobody likes uncertainty.
But it comes back to trusting the universe too. Yeah. And trusting that your guides have your back.
Yes, which I struggle to do, but I don't think I'm a lone island there.
No.
Okay, so on the 21st, Mars will make a conjunction with the South Node. So Mars is a planet that likes to cut, separate, cause a bit of strife and chaos. It's also, actually, it's a very passionate planet, especially it's associated with like warriors or standing up for people who are less fortunate or going on a battle for the good of yourself or other people. So it's not always bad, but and the South Node is also associated with release, letting go. So it's like around the 21st, something, I've disappeared again. I was actually told the South Node makes you disappear. So around the 21st, I'd say something's got to leave your life. So I think with all this new stuff coming in, often new stuff can't happen until something's gone anyway. So, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because just say, like Mars and the South Node, they're both in Virgo, so it'll occur on the 18th at 19 degrees of Virgo. So just say Virgo is your fourth house. You might be releasing where you're living, but moving on to a better place. So sometimes letting go of something's not always a bad thing. It means you're just moving on to better pastures. Have you got a card?
I do. Lord Shiva.
Nope.
Mm.
Camera's been a bitch.
It is, isn't it? Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. Shiva is one of India's trinity of male god figures. He is depicted wearing a cobra around his neck, representing his capacity to tame fear or the ego, surrounded by stars showing his connection to the cosmos, and holding a trident, acknowledging the three aspects of divine masculine power in India: creator, preserver, and destroyer. He is known as the Destroyer because of his whole warrior-like energy and ability to destroy fear. He is a facet of the divine father energy and offers paternal protection, support, and guidance. He is also acknowledged as the cosmic dancer because he helps coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. He has the capacity to help us move beyond the fear of failure and into clarity and connection. Lord Shiva is with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. You are moving through a deep transition and things will be clearer from this point. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It is a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of Dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. I see that with his destroyer. You said about leaving. Things leaving is not necessarily a bad thing. So like he's a destroyer, but he also creates.
The
So by
energy to
something, so
rebuild.
something leaving and something coming back even better.
Yeah, and I find it really interesting that it's like this spiritual warrior. But
Yeah.
and the South Node is a very spiritual point in the sky. It has no interest in the material world. And Mars is this warrior planet. So it's like this spiritual warrior standing up with no ego for something better and good of the whole humanity.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So, and then finally this month on the 25th, we have a new moon at 2 degrees of Leo. Now, Mercury will still be retrograde when this new moon occurs. It will be like perfectly opposite Pluto. So the new moon will be at 2 degrees of Leo. Pluto will be at 2 degrees of Aquarius. So they're standing right across the sky from each other. Mercury, I think, will be at like 13 degrees of Leo. And it only turned retrograde like a week before. So it's like this month there's this change. Things have to be let go. There's a change in circumstances, but I don't think we're going to have really any clarity on it or a real way forward until this new moon comes in, and it's just like things are just falling away. Okay, things have got to change. And then when the new moon comes in, it's like, okay, this is how I rebuild. So yeah, it's just all this change and adjustment. And then by the end of the month, we have a new moon that really ignites the path forward.
Awesome. Okay, so we have Circus Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Circus Bay is the light keeper in charge of Ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he is a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Circus Bay can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of a phoenix, giving us the support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. The stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma, or depression, but there is a new beginning. Become aware of growth. There is always room for improvement. There's also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support it.
Yeah, that's really backing up the new moon.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, it's like all this change, things are happening. We sort of don't know where we're going, but then there's this divine insight and off we go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the month of July, full of a lot of change in circumstance, twists of fate. But I don't know, those words sound really heavy and scary, but I don't think it's going to be all bad. Like, change isn't always a bad thing. So do you have anything?
No, there's always a lesson to learn in anything.
That's true. And sometimes change in circumstance can be a really good thing. All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
See ya.